I once lived in a hamlet on a smiling hillside, a hamlet firmly rooted in the earth, under a sky that was its own, a hospitable sky. It was a village built to last, and lasting. The lustre of long use gleamed on the lips of our wells, on our doorsteps, on the curved brims of our fountains. Then, unbewares, one night something stirred in the bedrock of our village. It seemed that the ground underfoot was waking to life again, reshaping itself. What had been made was once more in the making. We trembled, not so much fearing for ourselves as for all those things we had laboured to perfect, things for which we had been bartering ourselves lifelong. As for me, I was a carver of metal, and I feared for the great silver ewer on which I had toiled 2 years. Another feared for the deep-piled carpets he had rejoiced to weave. Every day he unfurled them in the sun. He was proud of having bartered somewhat of his gnarled flesh. But, sire, I make bold to say, not one of us feared death. We all feared for our foolish little things. We were discovering that life has a meaning only if one barters it day by day for something other than itself. Thus the death of the gardener does no harm to the tree, but if you threaten the tree, the gardener dies twice. There was an old storyteller amongst us who knew the fairest tales of the desert and had embellished them, and being sunless was alone in knowing them. When the earth began to slip, he trembled for those poor ballads that never again would be sung by any man. For now the earth had wakened to life. It went on remoulding itself, and a great yellow tide came creeping down the hillside. And what of himself, I ask you, can a man barter to embellish a yellow flood that slowly swirling swallows all? What may he build on a formless moving mass? Under its pressure, the houses gradually swung around, and in that all but unseen torsion, the beams suddenly burst asunder like kegs of black powder, or the walls began to shake and shake until suddenly they fell apart. Such of us as survived found our lives had lost their meaning, all but the storyteller, who had also lost his wits and was singing.